Imagine this. It's 2011. You're sitting on your couch, iPod Touch in hand, your thumb hovering over the screen. The sun's setting through your bedroom window, and that iconic soundtrack begins. A golden idol glows on your display, and suddenly, they're after you. You swipe left, right, jump and slide. Your heart races as you dodge fire, cliffs, and ancient ruins. You're running endlessly, not for points, not for fame, but for survival. This was Temple Run, a game that defined mobile gaming, a game that for a time felt immortal. But then something happened, something that made one of the biggest mobile sensations in history just disappear. So what happened? Why did one of the most inspirational and loved game fall out of the public light? Well, let's get into it. It all began with a small studio, Amanji Studios, founded by husband and wife duo Keith Shepard and Natalia Lukianova. They weren't a massive company, no investors, no massive marketing team, just passion, skill, and a dream. Before Temple Run, they made small puzzle games, ones that barely got noticed. But then they started experimenting with a concept, an endless runner in a 3D world. You'd sprint through ancient ruins chased by demonic monkey creatures trying to escape with a cursed idol in your hand. It was simple, almost too simple. But sometimes simplicity is genius. When Temple Run launched in 2011, no one, not even Amanji, expected what came next. Within weeks, it was everywhere. The game skyrocketed through the App Store charts, hitting over 1 million downloads in just a few days. People were obsessed. Kids, teens, adults, even celebrities. Everyone was chasing that next high score. It wasn't just a mobile game. It was something that stood out from the rest, and behind all that, there was something special. It was one of those rare games that seemed to appear at the exact right moment in time, when smartphones were becoming mainstream, when the idea of gaming anywhere still felt new and exciting. Temple Run wasn't just a game. It was proof that the little device in your pocket could create real adrenaline. By early 2012, Temple Run wasn't just popular, it was the face of mobile gaming. It was the app you showed off when someone got a new phone. You didn't ask if someone played Temple Run, you asked, "What's your high score?" Kids would huddle around during lunch breaks, passing the phone around, seeing who could last the longest. That swipe sound, that faint jungle music, it became part of the culture. Temple Run turned the act of running endlessly into something that felt like survival, competition, and art all in one. Then came Temple Run Brave, a collaboration with Disney Pixar, one of the first major mobile game crossovers ever. It was bold, colorful, and proved Temple Run could evolve beyond a simple indie title. And when Temple Run 2 launched in 2013, the hype exploded again. New environments, zip lines, minecarts, improved graphics. It was everything fans wanted. For a moment, it felt unstoppable. You could feel it, the tension of the chase, the heat of the lava, the sudden gasp when you almost slipped. There was always something oddly immersive about it. The game didn't talk much, it didn't need to. The silence of the ruins said everything. But that's the thing about running endlessly. Eventually, you trip. After the success of Temple Run 2, something strange happened. Amanji Studios went quiet. Updates slowed down, and the mobile market began to change fast. The endless runner genre that Temple Run helped create started to collapse under its own weight. Games like Subway Surfers, Minion Rush, Sonic Dash, and Jetpack Joyride flooded the market, each one brighter, faster, and of course, more monetized. Temple Run, once a pioneer, suddenly looked old. It wasn't bad, it just didn't evolve. The original's dusty temples and dark jungles started to feel dated next to the neon cities and flashy effects of newer games. And as players moved toward constant updates, events, and online rewards, Temple Run stayed frozen in time. While its competitors embraced flashy skins, seasonal events, and social features, its charm, the mysterious temples, the eerie sound design, was slowly being buried beneath a wave of color and chaos. By 2016, the name Temple Run wasn't trending anymore, and yet Amanji still clung to hope. But behind the scenes, people began to notice something strange. The company rarely spoke publicly. There were no big interviews, no new announcements. The game was still downloaded, millions of times in fact, but it felt like it had become a ghost of itself, still there, but not really alive. Few people know this, but Amanji tried to revive the franchise multiple times. There were rumors of Temple Run 3, but nothing ever materialized. Instead, they focused on spin-offs and collaborations. Temple Run Oz, another Disney crossover, and Temple Run VR for the early Oculus Rift. But these versions felt hollow, more like echoes than evolutions. Players expected the magic to return, but it never did. The jungle looked familiar, yet emptier. The golden idol no longer shimmered the same way. The demonic monkeys, once terrifying, felt like shadows of the past. The simplicity that once made the game iconic now made it outdated. Players wanted more: storylines, customization, multiplayer, and Temple Run just couldn't keep up. It was like watching a relic from a different era, still trying to survive in a world that moved on. And the strangest part, no one really knew what was happening inside Amanji. No press, no leaks, no controversies, just silence. As if the studio had disappeared into the same ancient ruins it created. Years passed. Mobile gaming became dominated by gacha games, live service mechanics, and aggressive monetization. Amanji, on the other hand, remained small. They released new runners, Temple Run Treasure Hunters and Temple Run Puzzle Adventure, but they didn't catch fire. They didn't even spark. The name Temple Run still meant something, but it wasn't alive anymore. It was more of a memory, a whisper of what mobile gaming used to be. And yet, every once in a while, you'd see it again. Someone sitting on a bus, swiping left and right on that old icon. A faint reminder of a time when games didn't need microtransactions or online leaderboards to feel fun. Just you, the idol, and the sound of your footsteps running. And if you listen carefully, the sound is still out there. Every download, every restart, it's another person entering the ruins again, another soul unknowingly repeating the same chase endlessly. It's easy to forget now, but Temple Run shaped an entire generation of mobile gamers. It introduced millions to 3D gameplay on phones. It inspired countless clones, sequels, and genres. Without it, we might not have seen games like Subway Surfers or even certain mechanics in Roblox and Fortnite's endless maps. But its biggest legacy, it showed what two people can do in their home on a small budget and still change the world. Temple Run wasn't just a game, it was a movement. And even today, when you open the app, there's something eerie about how little has changed. The same music, the same jungle, the same chase. It's almost like time stopped inside it, as if that temple still exists somewhere outside of technology, waiting for someone new to pick up the idol again. In recent years, whispers of Temple Run 3 have resurfaced. Job listings, concept art, and quiet tweets hint that Amanji might be preparing for something new. But will it ever live up to the original? Or has the temple already crumbled beyond repair? So, what did we learn? Temple Run didn't fall off because it failed. It stopped because it finished its run. Every legend has an ending, and sometimes it's better to stop running before you lose sight of where you started. Because if there's one thing that Temple Run taught us, it's that no matter how fast you go, the temple always catches up. Temple Run will always be remembered, not as the game that died, but as the one that defined a generation. A symbol of endless adventure, a chase that never truly ends, because somewhere, deep in those ruins, the idol still waits, and someone, someday, will pick it up again and run. This was what really happened to Temple Run. And this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment down below. Even just one letter or number would help. This is Ben, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.